Malaysia announced legislative reforms to review the country's mandatory death penalty laws. Now, we were informed last year that reforms to the death penalty would be introduced in the parliamentary sitting in March. It's now April, and it has not gone to Parliament as far as we can tell. Amnesty International looks at that proposal by Nancy Shukri, abolishing the mandatory death penalty for drug offences as a positive first step, but it should not end there. The Singapore model is not something that we want to follow. You know, it needs to be looked at in its entirety. From previous figures, we know that the current 1,000 who are on death row, about 60% are on death row for drug-related offences. And even the courts have accepted that a lot of these cases, of the drug offences cases, are mules. Yeah, so drug mules, like completely people who were swayed by smooth talkers to carry drugs into the country. You're not really kingpins. But the problem with these figures are, it might not paint you the accurate picture because these, because it's very difficult to get death penalty data in Malaysia. Yeah, the authorities are not very forthcoming when it comes to the number of executions, and the number of death sentences is a bit difficult to monitor. Gwen will go into it later in her part of the presentation. But what we have seen and what we have found out is that the numbers that are being presented officially, official figures might not actually be painting the accurate information. There could be more than what we know. What does this tell us about the attitude of Malaysia towards the death penalty? Lack of political will. There is no concrete stand to really seriously discuss about the abolition of the death penalty, whether mandatory or discretionary, and that needs to happen.